Hello, it's me, Dr. Shiji. Today, I'm going to discuss about the definitions and types of logic. What is logic? As we all know that logic is one of the important branches of philosophy. The word logic is derived from the Greek word logos, which means thought or reasoning. Thus, logic is broadly defined as the science of thinking or reasoning. Thinking is the act of intellect by which knowledge is attained. Reasoning is the instrument of our mind which enables us to know the unknown facts from the known facts. Thinking or reasoning is essential in the process of attaining knowledge. It is essential for making judgment and conclusion. Logic teaches how to avoid error in thinking. It is an applied area that has been used in almost all intellectual activities. It is closely related to the disciplines like mathematics, computer science, and philosophy. Definitions. Logic provides us the methods and techniques for evaluating right and wrong reasoning. There are various definitions of logic given by different logicians. We can check it out one by one. According to Ulrich, logic is the art of reasoning. But this definition is not complete because logic is an art as well as a science. According to Wortley, logic is the art and science of reasoning. This definition is also incomplete because the word reasoning is used ambiguously here. Copy and Cohen defined the function of logic as the study of methods and principles used to distinguish correct from incorrect reasoning. Krishna Jain defines logic as the science of valid reasoning. Susan Sterbing argues that logic is concerned with reflective thinking. According to Crichton, logic is a science which treats the operations of human mind in its search for truth. This definition is regarded as the complete definition of logic. Crichton's definition of logic consists of three concepts: science, operations of human mind, and truth. A science is a systematic and organized body of knowledge regarding any particular aspect of universe. For example, botany deals with plants and zoology deals with animals. Logic is considered as a science because it is a systematic and organized body of knowledge regarding thinking process. Logic is concerned with the norms or standards or ideals to distinguish between correct and incorrect reasoning. Hence, logic is considered as a normative science. A normative science is that which sets up a norm, standard, ideal to judge a given fact. Logic is concerned with operations of human mind. There are mainly three mental operations: conception, judgment, and reasoning. Conception. The concept is an idea or a mental picture or a form after seeing an object. Conception is the mental process through which an idea or an image of an object is formed in our mind. For example, when we see an elephant, we form a mental image of an elephant in our mind. When we express the idea in language, it is known as a term. For example, when we express the idea of elephant in language as elephant, that is ELEPHANT, it is known as a term. Judgment. It is a mental process of establishing relation between ideas. In a judgment, there should at least two ideas. For example, rose is red is a judgment which consists of two ideas, that is rose and red. There are two types of judgment: affirmative and negative judgment. In an affirmative judgment, one idea is affirmed to another. For example, elephant is black. In negative judgment, one idea is denied of another. For example, elephant is not white. When a judgment is expressed in language, it is known as a proposition. There are two types of proposition, that is affirmative and negative. Reasoning. It means passing from something known judgment to something unknown. Reasoning expressed in language is known as an argument. An argument is a group of propositions in which one or more of them support or provide the evidence for the truth of another statement. For example, all flowers are beautiful, rose is a flower, therefore rose is beautiful. In this argument, the first two propositions are called the premises and the last proposition is called the conclusion. Truth. The aim of logic is the attainment of truth. There are two kinds of truth in logic: formal and material truth. Formal truth means agreement of ideas among themselves without any contradiction. For example, by relating two ideas, that is gold and mountain, we can form an idea of gold and mountain in our mind. But in the outside world, we cannot find an object corresponds to this idea. So that the idea of gold and mountain is formally true but materially false. Material truth. It means agreement of ideas with the corresponding object outside the world. For example, black elephant, wooden table, and the like. Deduction and induction. Inference is the process of drawing a new knowledge from some given knowledge. Based on the method of inference, logic is divided into deductive reasoning and inductive reasoning. Deductive reasoning is the basis of formal logic, which is concerned with the form of the argument rather than its content. Inductive reasoning is the basis of material logic, which is concerned both form and matter. In deductive argument, the conclusion cannot be wider than the premises, but in induction, the conclusion is equal to or wider than the premises. Deduction is a process of reasoning through which we arrive at a particular conclusion on the basis of universal premise. For example, all men are mortal, Socrates is a man, therefore Socrates is mortal. In this argument, the first proposition is a universal proposition, and the inferred, the last one, the conclusion is a particular proposition. Induction is the process of reasoning through which we arrive at a universal conclusion on the basis of particular premises. For example, rose is a flower and it is beautiful, jasmine is a flower and it is beautiful, lotus is a flower and it is beautiful, therefore all flowers are beautiful. Induction passes from one to all, whereas deduction passes from all to one. Induction is an ascending process and deduction is a descending process. Induction is a method of proof, and the job of inductive reasoning is to collect data and establish a reasonable conclusion. Deduction is a method of demonstration. Deductive reasoning examining already given premises and arrives at a certain conclusion. In induction, premise does not give complete evidence for conclusion. There is no necessary relation between premises and conclusion. Whereas in deduction, premises give complete evidence for conclusion. There is a necessary relation between premises and conclusion. In induction, there is a problem of induction called inductive leap, which is a leap of reasoning from the known to unknown. But in deduction, there is no such problems. Induction is the synthetic process of reasoning, whereas deduction is the analytic process of reasoning. Conclusion is present in the premise and the implicit form. Conclusion provides no new information. Inductive reasoning is neither true nor false. It is neither valid nor invalid. It is characterized as sound or unsound. Deductive reasoning may be either valid or invalid. Without a universal proposition, deduction is not possible. Universal proposition can be arrived only through inductive process. Even though induction and deduction are considered as two distinct types of reasoning, they are in fact interdependent and are necessary for scientific reasoning. Thank you so much. See you soon with the next part of logic. Thank you.